Hey guys, Creator Mom. It's 14 degrees this morning, so that's good. That's better than 1 degree. I gotta talk about this movie, Big Eyes. It's about this woman who, the beginning of the movie shows her leaving her husband with her, like, 8-year-old or something, 7-year-old daughter. And it doesn't show what the dynamics were of their relationship. It just starts off with showing you that she's leaving, you know? So, this movie takes place, I don't know if I would guess. I don't remember. It was probably like 1950, 1960, something like that. Where like women weren't seen as like having like a lot of rights or like having the right to be like independent, especially if you were married. Like, you needed the permission of a man to do things. Like, you need your husband's permission to like work, things like that. Um, so for her to get up and leave her husband was pretty like forward. Forward, is that the right word? Or like whatever. It was pretty modern of her. But and I just want to preface this by saying this is not about men versus women. This is about like personality and personality, really. So, anyways, so she goes to moves to this other city. Oh my God, is it Paris? I don't know. She moved out of country, whatever. She moved somewhere else, and her friend lives in that city, and her friend's like, you can do it, like you can do this, you can be a single mom, and you can make it. Anyways, long story short, this lady is an artist. She does these paintings of children with like big eyes, basically. They're really endearing paintings, though. They're really good. Like, she has talent, but she has this like one specific style that she does. So she's at this, like, I would say it's kind of like a farmer's market, but it's for artists. So artists sit along this walkway, this pathway, and they set up their work for people to come look at and come by. And anyways, she's there with her paintings and doing sketchings for people. And this guy is in the booth next to her trying to sell his paintings or whatever. And she keeps looking over at him, whatever, and he's looking at her. And he comes over and, immediately he's talking to her, and you could tell he starts like love bombing her, like telling her she should like charge more for her sketches, like she should value herself more. Boom, he caught his bait, right? Just the fact that he could tell she wasn't valuing herself was good bait for him. Yeah, the fact that she didn't have a lot of self-worth, that she was charging a little bit for her paintings, showed him that she didn't really think much of herself. It was the perfect opportunity to take advantage of, but he could see that she did have talent. He could see that there was value there. It was easy prey for him. And he started saying all these wonderful things to her, and it's just in that moment you kind of know, like, uh-oh, this guy's no good. But when you have self-love deficit, like people just saying nice things to you, or a man saying like nice things to you, like that's like, wow, like, whoa, like this guy it makes you like kind of like fall in love easy, or makes you think that somebody loves you, because of course if somebody's saying loving things, or they're complimenting you so much, well, of course they like you, right? Like, why would they say those things and then like actually want to take advantage of you? But that's why you gotta like watch out with your self-worth, and see when men are complimenting you, how much that means to you. And if it's like, wow, then it's just like, oh wow, I gotta check myself, because I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. But this is how they shop. This is how, like, narcissistic people, this man was a narcissist, you know, and she was self-love deficient, self-worth deficient. It was the perfect, match. So, but what really happens is what really forces her to move forward with this guy and, like, get married to him is that her ex that she left sent a letter saying that he was going to take her to court or something to prove that she was, like, an unfit mother, like, that she couldn't do it alone, which in that time I think was even more scary because being a single mom wasn't probably, like, very acceptable. And, it probably would be easy for her ex to be like, yeah, she can't do it. Like, I need the child. Like, she's not capable. It was easy to believe that a woman wasn't capable, So, because she got that letter and she got instant fear, and he happened to be there too, and he was like, let's just get married, let's get married. Like, it'll be perfect. He's like, I'll take you to a beautiful place that you deserve to be married in, and we'll, they go to Hawaii, and it's really like, oh wow, it really seems like, wow, this guy came to save me. Like, this is gonna save my situation. And I do like him. I mean, he's saying nice things about me. He loves me, and like, I won't have to deal with getting my daughter taken away from me, or being claimed as an unfit mother, because I'll be a married woman. I'm a married woman, so I'm supported and I'm thriving, So, so she ends up marrying him. And it was kind of, based off of fear, but because at first she was hesitant because they hadn't been together for a long time or anything. It was all moving fast, but that fear really pushed her along, and that fear came from not believing that she could do it, not believing that, no, I don't know, she just, for that time and day, it was probably common sense to think that there's no way I'm winning against my ex, like, because this is the mentality of the whole culture and system. So she figured that that was her best bet, and she did like him, what I'm saying? It's not like she didn't like him. She did love him, but she didn't realize that he was swindling her, because what he started to do was take credit for her paintings, because she didn't really have enough confidence to really put her paintings out there, and he had, he was overly confident, and he would go out to these restaurants and bars and anyways get her painting out there, and then he started taking credit for it, saying he painted it when it started getting popular, instead of saying, oh, my wife painted this. And all she did was put her last name on the painting. I thought, that's dumb. I was like, put your first initial or something too, or your first name and last name, So because she only put the last name, he was able to take credit for all her paintings. And they started making a lot of money, And he was going on interviews, like, really fully taking credit. Like, people were asking him questions like, how did you come up with this painting? And he was talking as if he did it in 10 years she spent with him. But I guess by the end of it all, she realized, like, wow, this guy just, took advantage of me. And he just kept making her think, like, oh, this is for us. This is for us. Like, we're making money. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who gets the credit. What matters is, like, we're married. We're one. We're both getting the credit. Like, he was just, like, gaslighting her, They'll accuse you, like, oh, come on, like, it's not about the credit, right? It's not about the credit. It's about both of us. It's about the money. Come on. See, they have this way of justifying their wrongdoing, that like if you disagree with them, it'll make you look selfish, or like you don't care about the totality of the goal here. Like you're missing the point. So it's really messed up. So yeah, he takes credit, and but then at the end of the movie, she realizes, it's all been a dupe, and she leaves him, divorces him, and by this time her daughter's already older, and then she, comes out with the truth to the world that, hey, these are my paintings. I think she sues him too. And then he goes on in his old age to continue to say that those were his paintings. That's how delusional they can be. So, I don't know. All that to say, believe in yourself first, because then somebody else will come along and see your value, but just take advantage of you because you didn't know your value. They did. They took advantage of you. And because I don't know, because it's like there's an empty spot there, that's waiting to be filled by somebody else's words, that's waiting to be saved by somebody else, that's waiting to be made to feel worthy by somebody else. And I guess that spot, I guess in any case where we should be more so independent, is validating ourselves, and is believing and loving ourselves and knowing our self-worth, so that way we're not so vulnerable and open to people who can see that you don't have self-worth, and they kind of feel that, but they're feeling it because they have a motive, they're like, oh, this girl has a low self-worth tank, I'm gonna go and feel that and pump her up, love bomb, right? And then I'll get in her head and have my way with her, because she'll be confused. I'll convince her. She'll be convinced that I love her, or whatever. It's a very confusing thing, I feel like I can't even explain it appropriately. Watch out for that, though. Watch out for that. How you feel when somebody is complimenting you. Does it mean so much or too much? Or is it like filling? I don't know. I can't even explain it right. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that movie. She did come out good in the end, which is good. So, all right, peace.